Howdy, folks. I'm Wasey Anderson, your Pro Rodeo Canada insider, here with the second episode of our Pro Rodeo Canada season leader spotlights. And I'm here with the barrel racing season leader, Lynette Brodoway. Lynette, you won almost $50,000 on the season. You're $20,000 almost ahead of the next person in second place. Let's talk a bit about your season, how things went, some highlights, and just overall how 2023 went for you.
Well, obviously, my horse was performing well this year. His consistency showed up. He's 9 years old, third year of rodeoing. And I think that this all played a huge part in how our season turned out.
Obviously, winning this amount of money, it's no joke, and it takes a lot of events and heading down the road. What are some of the highlights from the season? Some of your favorite events, favorite runs, wins, anything like that?
Well, I made the decision earlier on in the year because I only had one horse to that I had to cut out some of the smaller rodeos, and then I knew that I had to put it on the line at the bigger rodeos, and so winning the Pro Tour series was a huge reward for me because that was exactly what I needed to do.
When you mentioned only having one horse for the season, a lot of barrel racers these days pack multiple horses down the road and have a bit of rotation. Did that, aside from limiting the rodeo count, was it, do you have to kind of navigate specific ground or ground conditions, or how did it work having only one horse in the trailer?
Well, he's actually pretty good on all types of grounds, so I'm very fortunate there. And he places indoors or outdoors, which is also really fortunate. You know what? I have a really good team of people, and we Cobbly is the recipient of constant pampering. That's what we do all week. We pamper him, we make him feel good, and then of course I ask him to perform on the weekends.
You mentioned your team you have around you. That's one thing I find a lot in the timed event side more than say the rough stock. It takes a village to qualify for a CFR to get down the road. Who are some of those people in your corner, and how vital are they into the process of getting you back to the CFR for a sixth time?
Well, I'm so fortunate. My neighbor is Carlotta Werstra, and she is an equine therapist. So she comes weekly. She comes at the beginning of the week after a weekend and kind of assesses any damage that's been done. And then we know how to proceed for the week. I have an excellent vet from Synergy Equine, and Chad keeps us, he just keeps him feeling really good joint wise. And then, of course, I feel I have one of the best farriers there is around. And he is also local as well, Ian Zorp.
Well, and let's get into talking about your horse. His registered name is SR Boots on Fire. He goes by Cowboy in the Barn. You guys won the 2023 Horse with the Most Heart Award this year. Talk a bit about winning that award and what it means to have such a successful season with your horse.
Well, that award is extremely special because it's voted on by my peers. And there's a lot of tough horses going down the road. And when those that you're competing against, we're all friends, but when we do enter the arena, we're running against one another. When they place your horse at the top, horse of the most heart, it's extremely humbling and very rewarding.
Well, and from the time the season wraps up to when the CFR kicks off, it's a little over a month of a break you guys get. So what do you do to make sure yourself and Cowboy are at the top of your game heading into Red Deer in the first week of November?
Well, Cowboy, he got a week off after Edmonton, and then I get back on the same exercise program basically that I've used all year. You know, you want to keep his air strong, and of course you want him physically well and strong. So my program doesn't really change from what went on to get me to the finals. So that's pretty consistent.
I want to go back to last year's CFR. So last year, you only placed in one round, round 6, with picking up a fourth place check. You're coming into 2023 CFR 49. Like I said before, with almost 50,001, you're in a good spot. Will your approach at CFR 49 change as opposed to last year, or was it just kind of an off year type thing?
It was an off year for sure. Cowboys struggled on and off all year. It was actually amazing that we even got to the finals, but it ended up being a dental problem that got overlooked. and he struggled all year. I couldn't, it was frustrating for me because I didn't really know why. And then once we got down to the root of it, and I did a bridle change on that last go at the CFR, we placed, and then he went on, I think, to place in the average at the circuit finals. And then this year he shone like crazy. And really that bridle change is at the root of it.
Well, we're really excited to see you guys compete this year at CFR 49, and we thank you for the time today checking in with us on our season leader profiles. And we want you all to stay tuned to our social media channels for upcoming features, and we'll see you all at CFR 49. Thanks, Lynette.
Thank you. Take care.